Time is never found again. Or is it? By blahblahblah1703, Chapter 15. I wake up to a knock on my door. Today is a big, big, big day! Effie shrieks from behind my closed door, likely trying to get both Peter and myself up at the same time. After a quick shower and a change of clothes, I find myself seated beside Peter once again with a healthy meal and a filling breakfast. Scrambled eggs, protein pancakes, fruit and sausage. I also get myself a bowl of stew, letting the lamb melt in my mouth and the rice soaks up all the liquid to make it taste divine. It's still definitely my favourite meal here. All right, Hamish starts. Tomorrow is interview day, so that means prep is happening today. You guys are going to have to split up, just because it'll be easier. Peter doesn't need to learn all the different rules that you do, sweetheart. He says with absolutely no sympathy. Sorry, Peter mouths at me. I just roll my eyes and stuff another bite of stew into my mouth. So, sweetheart, you go with Effie in a few, and boy, you'll be with me. He finishes. Peter and I both nod, not even making an attempt to argue. We know it'll never change his mind anyway. The second I finish my last bite of food, Effie is standing and about ready to drag me to go with her. It does not take as long for me to discover this training is just as bad this time around. Don't get me wrong, I definitely know more than I did back then. However, this is not my strong suit, and I don't particularly care to get better, so the entire thing is a waste of time and energy. Effie finally seems to come to the same conclusion, because she gives up after about 2 hours. Instead of the 5 it took her the last time. She just tells me, as good as it's going to get, and lets me go. Something I am more than grateful for. Peter is still supposed to be with Hamish for the next 2 hours, so I ask Lavinia for a snack, which she provides, and I decide to do something nice for Peter before the interviews tomorrow. I run back to my room after I finish my food and gather a bunch of pillows and blankets. I get 2 big fluffy blankets, a white one that's so soft it feels like a cloud, and a grey knitted one. Then I got 2 large rectangular pillows and 2 regular sized ones. I struggle to climb the stairs with all of them, but I eventually make it to the roof. I chose a spot right to the side of the roof where I spread out the 2 big fluffy blankets down first, and then lay the pillows on top of them. Then, finally, I spread the soft white one down with a knit one on top. Then I run back down to the stairs. On the way, I find 2 fake candles, and I grab those to take back up with me. Once I get back to my room, I grab the little wooden step stool that is sitting next to the chair in my room. I carry all my finds back up and I set the candles on the stool until later. Then I put on my final touch, or rather I ask Lavinia to. Once Peter and I are done with our training sessions, could you bring a bunch of food and snacks up to the roof? You'll know where to put it once you see it, I ask her, with apologies in my eyes once again for everything, as well as gratitude. She gives me a nod and a slight smile. By that time, I only have about 40 minutes until Peter and Hamish are done, so I go ahead and I just sit on my couch, my feet reclined and my head laid back, eyes closed. I must have ended up drifting off, because it only seems a few minutes before I feel a hand run through my hair from behind me. I open my eyes to see blue ones looking at me with pure adoration and devotion. It is actually breathtaking to see those emotions in the eyes of my lover. Hi, I say with a smile. Hi, he says back with a matching smile, though he really does look funny from my upside-down vantage point. All right, lovebirds, come eat lunch, and then it's your turn, sweetheart, Hamish calls out. Peter and I roll our eyes at the collective nickname, but we move towards the table. We are served our lunch, which is cheese-stuffed pork loin with glazed yellow carrots and roasted blue potatoes. Then we both have cornbread on the side, along with water to drink. It is a very good lunch. We make small talk as we eat, and I complain about Effie endlessly, which I can see entertains the boys, and their reactions annoy me, but it also brightens my mood slightly, because it really does feel like we're all back together again, sitting in District 12 and having dinner. Plus, they keep calling Effie Wet Hen, and I can't control my laughter. Effie eventually walks in just as we are finishing lunch, likely needing the time to calm down from my stubbornness. Okay, Peter, you're going to come with me, and we can work out the last little bits of barbarism from you, Effie says with a smile. The boys and I share a look. She really has no idea how that sounded. She genuinely thought that it was an okay thing to say, and didn't think it was offensive at all. "Okay, Effie," Peter answers. "Let's get started." He wipes his mouth on his napkin, takes one last sip of his water, and walks to his doom. They walk off, and Hamish just stands up and starts to walk out. I guess I'm supposed to follow. I walk after him when I get into the room. He is just sitting on his chair. I sit in the chair across from him, and he stares at me. I know exactly what he's going to do this time. So instead of just getting annoyed, I recline back in my chair and wait him out. Eventually, he lets out an annoyed sigh. "Sweetheart, I have no idea what to do with you," he says. "Lovely. That's exactly what I want to hear," I snark back. "Look, hold your goddamn horses. Let's just try some stuff and go from there," he suggests. I just shrug and gesture for him to start. So he does. We go through all the same fonts as last time. Charming, aloof, sexy, brutal, arrogant, witty, mysterious, funny, and all the different things I am not. Girl really has no idea. Eventually, he once again gives up, but then he actually gives me some good advice. "Look, obviously this isn't working," he sneers at me. "Just be like you are when you're with Peter." I look at him confused. That is very different advice from last time. "Or with your sister. I've never seen you with her, but I think it would be similar. Just be the protective one. Be humble about it, so that you aren't coming across as superior or cocky, but focus on that. They all love you for volunteering for her, and how you and Peter are so close. So just stick with that." He gives up. "Okay, you figure out how to do that. I'm done, and I'm gonna get a drink." He stands up to walk out of the room when he mumbles, "That girl is gonna kill me." I sit there for a few minutes, going over the angle, and it fits really well into our strategy. So I guess that's what I'm doing. I just get up and follow Hamish out, although he has disappeared after raiding the drink cart. Luckily, I don't have to spend more than 5 minutes alone before Peter and Effie are finished. Peter comes over to sit by me, but I see Lavinia come back into the room and give me a subtle thumbs up. I instead stand up and grab his hand before I pull him towards the steps. He follows me with a smile. I think he would honestly follow me anywhere. When I push open the door to the roof, I am instantly amazed. Lavinia did a lot more than just bring food out. She hung sparkling string lights around my little setup, and brought a few more little wooden stools and low tables, and put so many flowers and candles on them. One of them even has a little music player. We will see if we can make that work later. There's also a giant picnic basket and an ice bucket with bottles in it. Peter looks around in awe before he turns to me with a grin. He sweeps me up in his arms and spins me around once before he places me down with a firm kiss on the top of my head. "Did you set this up, cat?" he asks me with wonder in his voice. "Well, I did a little bit, but I had some help also," I tell him truthfully. He just grins at me, and this time it's him pulling me towards the blankets. He plops down and pulls me with him, and I end up sitting right beside him. He reaches out to arrange the pillows behind us, and grabs one of the little trays that are sitting beside us, and empty, obviously for us to eat off of. He then starts to look through everything and pull out the food. In the ice bucket there are jugs of water, juice, protein drinks, and a weird brown drink that has so many little bubbles in it, along with multiple cups for us to try each drink. The picnic basket actually has 2 bags in it. Both are insulated. In the left bag is the cold stuff. Sweet blue grapes, mini tomatoes in different colours, cut up veggies with multiple dips, a cold pasta salad, apples, melon balls, and a bunch of different berries. In the hot bag is a thermos of hot chocolate, warm chocolate chip cookies, warm pastries that are filled with beef, pork and chicken, French fries, and so many different dips, and 2 very large sandwiches. In the sandwiches were cut slices of tomato, pesto, big chunks of soft white melty cheese, and huge slices of chicken. They also had garlic butter on top of the bread. Side note, that all sounds delicious. Once it is all laid out, we had a verifiable feast. "There is no way I am leaving here for dinner. They're just going to have to miss us for tonight," Peter tells me cheekily. I don't argue, and instead just kiss his cheek in agreement. We don't even make a plate. We just pick from the communal ones and eat our sandwiches over the paper they were wrapped in. We throw grapes to catch in the other's mouth and make a game of trying to guess which dip is for both the fries and the veggies. We eat on and off for hours and talk and laugh and flirt. At one point he asks me if I want to cut a shrine with him, but we can't figure out how to turn the music player on, something we both just laugh about. At some point I'm sure someone came up to look for us, and based on the fact we are not interrupted, I would guess it was Cinna or Portia who came to look. We didn't show up for dinner, and I'm sure Effie will have something to say, but I don't even care. When the sun starts to go down, I have my head in his lap, and he plays with my hair as I am making a flower crown out of the beautiful flowers surrounding us. We turn what was a horrific day to start out with into one of the best days of my life, which is likely why I say, I wish I could freeze this moment right now and live in it forever. Peter obviously freezes when I say that, before a grin takes over his face, and he looks at me like I hung the moon and presented him with a star. Okay, he says. You'll allow it? Yeah, I'll allow it, he finishes. I settle back in his lap, and he continues playing with my hair. It's perfect. End of chapter. Hi guys, hope you enjoyed that one. Oh my god, Lavinia MVP! I love that Katniss is just like, I'm not going through this again, and is just being a stubborn little pouter. And Haymitch recognising that her protective streak is her strong suit. So he's just like, play that up, be sweet about Peter, that's it. But also, Lavinia's not only forgiving Katniss, she's helping her. She helps the girl that she could have easily hated have a flippin' date night. I love that. And God, those Avoxes, I don't believe they earned a single second of that. That's brutal and absolutely horrible. So this is not only her forgiving Katniss, it's also being like, I didn't make it out, but let's give you what you want. And I love that. Anyway, you guys know the drill. Like, comment and subscribe and hit that bell to get notified for whenever I upload a new video. Have a good day, night, or whatever time zone you're in. Bye my guys, gals, and albino pals. I'll see you in another video. Take care.